I'm sure it's something we've all thought about at some point. You know, if somebody tried to mug you or assault you in the street, how would you react in that moment? And you really never know what your instinct is going to be, but you've been in a situation.
Absolutely. I mean, I looked at that and I'm like, woof. But when it happens, I was in a shop with a girlfriend of mine, and she was buying something, and I was looking around in the shop, and you know, we didn't think anything of it, and then there was somebody that shouted, "He's in your bag, he's in your bag." And I turned and there was this man who had been outside the shop with like an accordion, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
He's with an accordion. But unbeknown to us, the accordion can open and you put stuff in it. Wow. That's what he was doing. Yeah. So we're in the shop, my friend's being served by the assistant, and another lady said, "He's in your bag, he's in your bag." I didn't even think. I just turned round, I saw his hoodie, grabbed him by the hoodie, grabbed him back in the shop, and me and my friend were there, and so the security guard came. But you can't do this, you can't do this, stop stealing, stop stealing. And he had all this stuff in his accordion. Look out for the men with the accordion. Not all accordions.
No, but that's just raw instinct, isn't it?
But that was raw instinct. But when it comes to my children, I always say to them, drop it and go, drop it and run.
See, it's interesting because, of course, the police advice is to, you know, that you're more valuable than any valuables and they can be replaced. And we have spoken to the Met Police and they've absolutely reiterated that, saying look for a way to get out of there, put distance between yourself and the other person. And also they remind you that, you know, in the worst situation, yes, you're entitled to defend yourself, but you will have to account for how you defend yourself.
Yeah.
There have been a few kind of notable cases of that.
Yeah.
But you're saying your advice to your kids is not to do
as I do. Definitely don't do as I do. Well, yeah, don't.
What would you tell your kids, Kelly?
Yeah, well, recently...
They're younger, of course.
Yeah, my children are 7 and 5, Regan and Kaye, and they were being looked after by their grandmother, my mother-in-law, and they went to the park. It was a lovely day, and they were on their bikes, and Nan was on foot, and they both went off in different directions and got separated. Now, I've always drummed into my children what to do in a case of emergency, but you never know what's going to happen in that situation. So they got separated, and it was for quite some time. And Regan firstly had a meltdown. He's 7. He had a meltdown and cried, but then pulled himself together and said, right, now, I know what we need to do. We need to find a safe adult. And that's the first thing that came to his mind. But he didn't just approach anybody in the park, because I've taught him to be wary of that. And he watched this lady, and he watched her for quite a while, just watched her behaviour and saw what she was doing. And he saw that she had a little boy and on his bike. So he was like, oh, look, you know, and she'd watched her behaviour for a while, and then approached her and said, hi, my sister and I are lost in the park. We've got separated from our gran.
A smart cookie.
But, yeah, he was then able to give the park police his name, his full name, his address, his postcode, and they were, you know, reunited with me safely. But I was just so proud of him that he was able to react so well and so, you know, maturely in such a dangerous situation. You know, children get snatched and taken all the time, and I was just really proud of him. So, yeah.
And that he chose somebody that was safe, that responded in the right way, because that's the thing.
He assessed the situation,
which is great, because, I mean, you do think I've got, well, a different situation, but when I was probably in my early 20s, I was out in London somewhere, very late at night, I hadn't a clue where I was. I was still in control of myself slightly. But anyway, there was a guy kind of following me, and I sort of moved over to that side of the road, back forward. He was following me, and I was really pretty terrified. And for some reason, probably my naive Scottish way, I thought, I'll knock on somebody's door. It's a residential street. And say, look, I'm really scared. So I knocked on this door. I could see they had lights on. They were watching the telly or something. And they wouldn't come to the door. And
were you screaming? Were you asking?
Yeah, I was saying, you know, help, I think there's somebody out here, whatever. And I was aware that they were aware of me, but they wouldn't come to the door. And so it kind of really was a big thing for me, because I'd always thought I can rely on somebody in that situation. And the fact that I couldn't was really frightening.
Wow.
Though I did appreciate after, I thought, God, they must have been terrified too. Because I could have been some kind of decoy, and they could have opened the door, and a whole bunch of people could have rushed in with knives to them. And it was a real eye-opener to me.
I wish I could say that I would immediately open the door if I heard a woman outside. I mean, I certainly wouldn't leave her, but I would be very wary. The chain would go on the door. I would be like, OK, stay there, I'll call the police. Because I think we live, living in a city, you just don't know. You never know. You never know. But I think to just not open the door on a woman who's distressed is quite extraordinary.
Well,
I think that I couldn't do that.
You don't know, do you?
Everybody's scared at the end of the day, aren't they?
Yeah,
Apart
I'm
from
scared.
Brenda.
Apart from who?
Brenda.
Brenda's not scared.
No,
I'm scared.